What's up, everybody? It's Make It Make Sense. And there are very few things that Kanye West can do anymore to really surprise, shock, or piss me off. But going after two second grade, potentially special needs kids needs to piss all of y'all off. This is what Kanye West had to say. Wait, has anyone ever seen Jay-Z and Beyonce's younger kids? They're retarded. No, like literally. And this is why artificial insemination is such a blessing. Having retarded children is a choice. He then describes why he's frustrated that he allowed somebody from his camp to suggest that he delete the comment. We've talked mental illness. We've talked his mom. I'm over it. Y'all are going to hear some things that I don't know if you know or not in the midst of this video. We're talking pandering to the Black community. We're talking very similar allegations to Diddy. Like the video as the intro plays. We got a lot to get into.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense.
Make it make sense to me intellectually.
Make it make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense. Tell me how you squeeze it. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things that you say. Make it make sense. Tell me about the things of your dreams. Hey, let me work out all the things in between. Make it make sense.
We're gonna give you one more chance. Okay, we're gonna give you one more chance. Okay, we're gonna give you one more chance. Okay, we're gonna give you one.
Okay, guys, so if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. If you are not new to the channel, hit that like button. Let's start here. This was one of the most recent things that has him in the headlines again. Kanye West dropped one of the most problematic songs you could imagine. It's got Ye himself, it's got Diddy, and it's got Kanye's daughter, Northwest, despite protests from her mom, Kim Kardashian. Kanye posted the song called Lonely Roads Still Go to Sunshine on X, where he claimed it was by Puff Daddy on March 15th. It starts with Sean Diddy Combs, currently in jail on federal sex crimes charges, telling Kanye on the phone how it meant so much that the rapper took care of Diddy's kids. Yeah, absolutely. I love you so much, man. Kanye replies, "It's like you raised me. Donda raised you." Then the full track comes in, which also features Diddy's 26-year-old son, rapper Christian King, when we use rapper loosely, and an alleged newly signed Yeezy artist, Jasmine Williams. So that's what got stuff popped off. I don't need to explain to you why having your child on a song with somebody who is accused of abusing children is insane, but let's move on to why I think he is the way he is. It started here.
Mississippi may end up being the most tragic loss of all.
George Bush doesn't care about Black people.
That one statement solidified Kanye West's hold on the Black community. Katrina was a horrible natural disaster, and so many people felt like because the victims of Katrina were largely Black, that they were not being cared for it in the same way. This definitely solidified Kanye's hold on the Black community. We felt like he was a truth teller at this point, but I think it did a few things to Kanye. It showed him that this type of careless regard for the rules was something he would be applauded for. I think Kanye West is a narcissist. I'm not going to sit here and say that, he's bipolar, like it was suggested when he got that 5150 hold back when he was with Kim, or him now saying it's, some level of autism. I don't know. But what I do feel is that Kanye West is an extreme narcissist. This is when I think he began pandering to the Black community when it benefited him. Next.
Yo, Taylor,
I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time.
Careless disregard for the rules, anybody else, he was still applauded, especially by his fan base. You know what that does to somebody who's already a little off, but also has narcissistic tendencies? It tells them that there is a level of positive reinforcement with this type of behavior. He was drunk. Everybody gave him so much leeway. Oh, his mother died. Oh, he was drunk. In reality, he's rich. And I guess this is exclusive, but from what I'm hearing, around this time, around the time of Amber Rose, there were multiple SA lawsuits that were settled extremely quickly because Kanye West at that point was too big to fail. You can almost liken it to the whispers and things about R. Kelly, but he was too big to fail for so long. So if the allegations are true that there were multiple SA lawsuits settled around that time, very, very quickly, mind you, then this would make sense. This is in Kanye's words. Just the clarity, they're trying to make an example out of Puff. Me and my brother had our issues, but these white people trying to use Puff to scare black people. Again, pandering to the black community when it suits his purpose. Trying to use Puff to scare black people. I'm neither scared nor brave. This just me. He tweeted mid-rant. Around the time he posted about producing a t-shirt with Diddy's Sean John logo and the splitting profits 50-50 with the mogul. The shirts appear to be priced at $20 plus $10 shipping. My support of Puff is completely selfish. I need to find whoever been trying to out black moguls. Now, if you do in fact have quietly settled sexual assault allegations, it would benefit you to muddy the waters around Diddy because Diddy got outed in the worst way ever. You're not saying that the man didn't necessarily do these things. You're saying my support of Puff is completely selfish. I need to find whoever been trying to out black moguls. That's interesting, right? It directly benefits Kanye to make it look like there is some scheme to take down those people who have these type of allegations, especially if Kanye has those type of allegations quietly settled. Very eerily similar to what Puff has had over the years. Y'all connect those dots. Moving on. I knew something was wrong with Kanye when he started talking like a white woman from the Valley. No offense to Kim Kardashian and all of her family, but y'all have a very similar dialect. And Kanye West picked it up because he panders to communities he wants to be a part of, not just the black community. A rapper from Chicago started talking like this.
Be the best Kanye West you are, and you bring out the best Kim Kardashian, and like you guys are the perfect match because you're so well balanced together.
Yeah,
y'all are the perfect match because y'all were equally concerned with publicity. Kanye West made Kim Kardashian he didn't make her a celebrity. He integrated her into the fashion world, which was something that even her celebrity could not buy. What Kanye West got from Kim Kardashian is extra publicity. Kanye West was already a superstar, but the level of stardom when you combine Kim Kardashian, who has 300 million Instagram followers, with an already superstar rapper is insane, which is why he's currently going insane, because it doesn't matter how naked his new wife is, she will never be Kim Kardashian. Ever. You can think you made her, but technically you didn't. And it drives him crazy to think that Kim might actually be worth more than him. They definitely helped each other, but together or separate, they will never have the celebrity that they had together. I don't know if he's not getting it. It's insanity to think you can make sense out of Kanye. But listen to the way he started speaking around this time.
There's certain type of people, you know, of course, being in the limelight, you have to have, you know, a match or like someone that's equally yoked. And it's you know, it's difficult because there's people that you would date that would try to, you know, date you to maybe be more famous, or there's people who will want you to be less famous than you.
Y'all are getting the picture. Put in the comments how you feel about the way that his dialect changed. Moving on, another situation. He was praised for what he did to Moby. Let me first show you the Moby situation. Then it's consistent bad behavior.
When Beck won Album of the Year was just a joke.
Again, it's this desire to buck the system. And the narcissist in him won't let somebody else have a moment. Even though this behavior was bad, this is how he was met with his contemporaries. They laughed, they applauded, they joked because at least this time he didn't completely ruin the man's moment. But you can only pretend to be sane for so long. By the time this rolled around and he's going around saying slavery is a choice, you absolutely have whatever right you want to, you know, if supporting Trump is your thing, supporting Trump is your thing. That wasn't enough for him. I don't even believe that he actually knows this man's policies. I think for Kanye, it was another way to stay relevant. For the most part, rappers have a self-life. Jay-Z was one of the top rappers for a very long time. He had a lot of street cred because he was a former drug dealer. After he became a family man and became insanely rich, there's not that much you can rap about. And he just kind of faded into obscurity and moved into the business world. Drake is a little different. Drake has a kid, but Drake doesn't have a family, so he can still consistently talk about, you know, dating. Kanye, on the other hand, had the family life, tried to make a change, does not understand that although his fan base is ravenous, there will be a time that even the top person is no longer on top. And for an extreme narcissist like Kanye, he can't have that. So what's the next thing you do? You're famous. You can start tweeting nonsense. Slavery was a choice. We all remember that. When that failed, the next best thing that you can do, I can't speak for other communities, but I can speak for the Black community. We are extremely forgiving when it comes to people who tie in religion to whatever they're doing. Kanye West, of all people, starts Sunday service. And what do? Applaud the hell out of him. We forget slavery was a choice. We forget all the crazy stuff that he does. We don't care. We're going to support. Sunday service becomes a thing. Kanye West is now in headlines daily, and it's actually positive. Kanye West then found God. Kanye, whatever. This is what worked for him. Exclusive information, that Sunday service is now going to be a skinhead service. He is actually putting out requests for the new Sunday service people to come with a shaved head and be willing to wear swastikas. Do you know how dangerous that is? You're going to tie in religion with the Nazis. And people are going to follow that because people follow what Kanye does. His fan base follows him regardless of what he's putting out there. If that ain't letting the devil in, I don't know what is. I guess that was more exclusive stuff. I don't know if I don't think that's out there, but I know that he is sending out word that you need to have a shaved head and be willing to wear a swastika. What is that if not a skinhead? When is enough enough? If you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, hit that like button. It's a free way to support the channel. I never think to do this. If you would like, you can also send cash apps. So let's move more to present day. Kanye West goes nuclear on Kim Kardashian for taking control over my black children. Last time I checked, you chose to have a child with someone who is half white and half Armenian. They're only your black children when you want us, the black community, to vilify this woman. No, I mean, there's a lot to vilify her for, but this ain't it. Your black children. We already know that you said that, like, you don't have, you can date whoever you want. But what you can't do is come to us as a community to rally around you for bullshit that you don't even believe in. For taking control over my black children. Okay. Moving on to Kanye West having his children over while Andrew Tate is there. For you guys who don't know about the Tate brothers, let me give you a little brief intro on them. 2016, one of the brothers was kicked off of Big Brother because he was hitting a woman with a belt, which he said was consensual. Backlash toward him continued in 2017 when he tweeted that women should bear some responsibility for being sexually assaulted. Again, you have your very, very young daughter around men who believe that women should bear some responsibility for being sexually assaulted. And that they bear responsibility for the abuse and harassment they receive. Okay. So he was banned off everything: Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Elon Musk, Kim Kardashian's good friend, allowed him back on to spew more of that rhetoric. It's a free world. Now, I very rarely give Kim Kardashian any props. Her removing her daughter from Kanye West custody at a time where she was in, around, or sharing a space with the Tate brothers, kudos to her for that. But you have aligned yourself with Elon, who technically are allowing him to spew that rhetoric. Interesting, right? Interesting how that all ties in together with billionaires and celebrities. Just a thought. They were then arrested in Romania, and they were indicted. The brothers are under criminal investigations over accusations of formed an organized criminal group, as well as human trafficking, the trafficking of minors, and money laundering. They have denied any wrongdoing. But this is who you want your children around. This is who you want your black children around. So you're siding with Diddy. You allegedly have your own SA allegations, not to mention the current lawsuits that he has. Okay. Let's keep moving. Now, it's a far cry from 2020 when he didn't want his daughter on TikTok. Again, I really think, was it 20? No, it's 2022. I don't really think that this was an issue for him. This was just another way to make headlines and to vilify Kim. Not that I'm saying in any way, shape, or form that being around Kim or her family is, I honestly feel bad for the children. And people are like, well, what do you mean by that? They're extremely rich, but that level of dysfunction in and around you at all times where you're not even allowed to be a kid. In addition to that, you have a parent who has you around alleged sex traffickers of minors. See, a lot of people don't feel bad for the rich kids. You got to remember, just because you're rich does not mean you won't have problems. Nicole Richie was a full, well, we'll just say allegedly, but you know, we'll just say she had heroin on her when she first went to jail. You can definitely be a rich person's kid and end up in a very bad situation. I really feel bad for these kids. I feel bad for the kids who are called retarded. I feel bad for the kids whose parents are exploiting them. I feel bad for the Justin Biebers who were pushed into something that we don't even fully quite understand as of yet and has allegedly messed them up. I feel bad for these people, young adults, kids, but back to Kanye. Let's not forget that Ray J told us that the grandma allegedly watched the tape and helped with the production. Y'all remember that? Or the fact that Chloe, well, I'll let you guys hear in her own words.
He was a basketball player, played for
Such a pusher.
one of the LA teams. And us three were in the kitchen and we were like talking together. And I was like, my mom was not involved in the conversation, but her office was off to the kitchen. And I was like, so-and-so isn't calling me back, yada, yada. And we're just chatting. And she's like, what are you guys talking about, girls? And we're like, just this guy won't call me back. She's like, well, how many dates did you go on? I'm like, well, just like one or two.
Yeah.
And she's like, well, did you give him a BJ? And
We were like, what?
And she goes, did you give him a BJ? I go, I went on like one or
date.
2 dates with him. No. And she goes, well, that's why he's not calling you back. And
Best
she
story ever.
just turned around and I'm like,
Went back to her office.
what?
I remember.
Let's move back to Kanye. I don't think I need to say anything there. Also, if you're new to the channel, definitely subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, hit that like button. Let's move on to what he had to say about Cassie. So the first inkling that we had an idea that Cassie was going to be under attack by Kanye was when he produced this hoodie, which she was wearing in the video where she was abused. That was the first inkling. Now he released these tweets. Cassie came to Puff and said, give me 30 million or I'm going to release a tell-all book. That looks like extortion to me. So Cassie ain't extort Puff. How every ninja you know hit a girl before you, but everybody mad at Puff. Do you see what I mean? If the allegations are true that he had his own settled SA lawsuits, this type of rhetoric muddies the waters. It benefits him directly to say and do these things as a supporter of Diddy, so that if his stuff comes out, and it always comes out, he doesn't look so bad. Keep your eyes open, people. Cassie responded using Playboy Cardi's tweet. She just reposted, yay, shut the F up. Keep in mind that's a pregnant woman who's about to be in court fighting her abuser, but okay. Let's move on. Iggy Azalea. He says, so Kim got the name and likeness over my black children. So a white woman has control over the name and likeness of my black children and then speaks to Cardi about putting my daughter on a song with them. These dumb ass celebrities be trying to play with me in my face. I held my tongue about Mott being on Cardi album. Him going to my ex to ask my daughter to be on a song 2 days later was too far. Nobody fixing to play with me. I decided North won't be doing any songs with Cardi. How it looked for me to get left off the album. And then he asked Kim to have a vocals for my daughter. Keep in mind, you just had your vocals. He just put his daughter's vocals on a Diddy song. And then he asked Kim to have vocals for my daughter. I don't F with none of this industry shit. And how it's a Skims line in the first place. I don't give a with no comments. The man has the first and final say over his children. So you can put her in an area with alleged child sex traffickers. You can put her on a song with man who has allegations of sexual assault with minors. But this is where you draw the line. She says, yeah, I understand the point. He also said, hey, Iggy Azalea, I need to get Onyx vocals on my song. That's my nephew. Oh, and I'm a rap about one of your businesses. The adult business. She said, yeah, I understand the point you want to make. I say this with kindness as a mother. Please leave my child out of this. At the end of the day, Jordan has other children, less famous. Does it matter? But it seems only my son gets harassed in perpetuity about or on behalf of a man he has no relationship with. Does he read it? No, he's a child. But it creates a digital legacy and a odd, I don't know what she was trying to say there, situation for him to one day discover and endure in perpetuity from strangers online. Absolutely. Exactly what he did to Beyonce's kids. It leaves a digital footprint. Can I please have some peace? Can my son have some peace? She also went on to say, he says, Iggy, I was sorry for speaking on your kid. That was some, who knows what he said, Cardi shit to do. She said, keep me out of your lovers quarrel. She also said, also true, he asked me to fly to Wyoming and shoot the Yeezy campaign in 2020, and I declined. Men are delusional. Hopefully the women you date marry consent to the pictures you send of them to other men. I'm not the person he should be talking about, trust, because I'm just as crazy and I will tell it if I hear my name mentioned one more time. It's crazy how much I actually know about that man and the things I could say. Ditto. Thankfully, I'm nice and don't want to involve people who don't deserve to be mixed into his manic episode. But let's keep it cute because I know you send your penis pictures too. I know who you send your penis pictures to and the weird fantasies you have share with other men. Most of Hollywood does. It's not a very well-kept secret. She's not the first to say that. In one of the lawsuits that he currently has for alleged sexual misconduct with a woman, she said that Kanye told his new wife that he wanted to sleep with her mother and he wanted the new wife to watch him sleep with the mother. This is also the man who did Sunday service. He also said some stuff about Iggy, like, I didn't sleep with you out. I didn't sleep with Iggy off the strength of my relationship with Cardi. And neither did, I think he mentioned Diddy's special friend. What's the man's name? French Montana. He mentioned a whole bunch of people. The point is, at what point for y'all is enough enough? I can ignore him as much as possible. By the time you say those type of things about children, I feel like we've reached a breaking point. You guys can definitely put in the comments what you feel about this, but I have no respect for Kanye at this point. And I'm curious to know how y'all feel about him. Anyway, like I said, if you are new to the channel, definitely subscribe. If you're not new to the channel, hit that like button, and I will see you guys later, hopefully for something better than what just happened.